Then what do you say?
Yeah.
When you meet a hero that you grew up, what do you say when you're standing in the cattle call line and you're going to meet George Strait for the first time?
Yeah.
What do you say to George Strait when you get up to him?
I would not know what to say. I love you. I don't know. See,
I know.
Stupid.
Think of that, though, because you'll get an opportunity one day.
Yeah.
What do you say when you get up to? What did I say the first time I met George Strait? I was in a cattle called line. One of those at the Frank Irwin Center was George and Reba, and I want to say Little Big Town. And I was fortunate enough to get to go backstage, but there was 50 people and couples, and you're waiting in line, and you see George Strait over there. And then we get right, I'm with my wife, and we're like next in line. And my wife looks over and goes, "What do I say?" And I laughed because what do you say?
Yeah.
And so I said, I really appreciate all your work.
That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, but I still.
No.
And then I shook his hand and moved on, let my wife have her moment,
There
give
you
her a little
go.
bit more time. And she was, of course, giddy and didn't know what to say. And it's always odd.
Yeah. See, you just actually don't even know this, but you said my three favorites. If I were going to list my three favorites in country music, Reba McEntire has been my idol since as far back as I can remember. And out of contemporary country, I love Little Big Town. I love their harmonies. I probably play more Little Big Town covers than I do anyone else. Just 'cause
They're the country ABBA.
Man, maybe that's why I love them so much. I like ABBA too, and they're just so good. And of course, George Strait, he's incomparable. It's just
Have you met any of them before?
I have not,
Yeah.
which is why wouldn't know what to say.
Met George probably a handful of times, but I think George is probably as close to an introvert.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sure behind closed doors, there's huge conversations, but it was like 2 words, and I didn't know what to say either.
yeah. No, last night when I got to sit in with Floyd Domino, that was probably the closest to George Strait I've been. So that was really cool.
Massive star right there.
So much fun.
But Floyd, super nice guy.
Super nice. They were all super, super great.
Little
Yeah.
Big Town, all friendly, And I've never met Reba, but what she puts on TV, she seems like she'd walk in here and have a great conversation.
Dude, I
with
think
us.
I think she would be so funny. And like, if you said, "Who's one person you want to go have a beer with?" I'd probably be like Reba McEntire, because I feel like I would laugh the whole entire night. Because she's funny. She's real funny.
Who's the one person you'd want to have a beer or with your wine or your whiskey?
There you
Would
go.
it be Reba?
Reba McEntire.
All right.
Yeah, at least one that's still alive today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Who would the other person be that's not with us? Would it be Patsy? You mentioned you used to do Patsy
Dude,
songs.
I love Patsy Cline. Yeah, I love her. There are so many, though. I mean, how do you pick? Like, I'm really weird because, well, there's lots of reasons why I'm really weird, but I'm one of those people who I don't have a favorite anything. So to like give you one answer for any one question is really difficult. I'm like, let me give you 25.
It's almost not fair.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? It's like saying, who's your favorite kid? All right, if I answered the other.
I always make that joke, like picking your favorite song is like picking your favorite kid. And I always followed up with, which for my mother was really easy, but that's because I like to pick on my brother.
You have how many brothers and sisters? One?
I have one full brother and I have 2 stepbrothers. Yeah.
Right. All right. So hanging out with Jenny Del Lord, getting to know you, and I've met you several times at the award shows and actually seen you live before when you didn't know I was there at a concert once before. But how I like to ask the question, if I don't know, what made you want to do this, and what were you doing before? Like, you had a part-time job and you're like, you know what, I'm tired of flipping burgers or whatever, I want to go do music.
So I think I've always wanted to do this. My mother tells me stories about how before I could even speak, you have kids, you probably have seen those baby swings that you put the baby in, and so apparently she would put me in that and I would sing myself to sleep. I didn't even know how to speak, but would hum and sing, and I've just loved music forever. I started playing the piano when I was 4, and I picked up the guitar when I was 11. I, too, was in the marching band with the alto saxophone. So I've just always loved music, and honestly...
Were you a squeaker? Just asking.
I don't think so. I think I was...
You were good. All right.
I think I was first chair.
Everyone knows what the squeaker is,
I feel
though.
like I did pretty well.
All
right. Yeah, I've always done music, even as a job. I was either going to school and playing music, and then when I wasn't going to school, I was probably waiting tables and playing music, or being a chef and playing music. So I've never not played music.
I always tell people, I still do it. I'm an old man now. Still love to get up on a stage. And I think once somebody applauds, you get applause for that and that instant reciprocation, or they're singing a song, you can never not get back up on stage again. Your
agree.
mom would totally be all over me for that double negative, wouldn't she be?
No, double negatives are fine as long as what you mean is the positive, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, you meant the positive, so you did well.
So once you get up on the stage and there's that immediate feedback, I don't know anybody. Obviously, cost concern every once in a while can get to you. You're always going to want to get back up on that stage.
It's like a high. You know, it's you want that instant gratification, that feeling, that rush that it gives you, and it's absolutely addictive, without a doubt.
Can you say things on a stage that you can't say to people face to face?
No, I don't.
I'm talking about with your words that you sing.
Oh, I was like, no, I say the F word all the time on
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
off the stage. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go up to somebody and be like, here's my heart. But it just happens with music. In fact, I've always said that's why I started playing music. It wasn't because I necessarily wanted to play it for other people. In fact, I always just wanted to be a songwriter. I didn't want to be a singer. I didn't want to be up on stage. It's just, that kind of evolved over time. But I always say that writing a song was cheaper than therapy. And until I tried to write songs that actually make people happy, writing songs for me was just about expressing whatever I needed to get out of me at the time.
It's funny you say that. I was just thinking about the therapy drawer. I got a good friend, Drew Walmack, dropping names here. But he talks about his therapy drawer. And I think he had the same comments. It's cheaper than going to therapy, but he would write a song for him. Like, I need to get this out of my heart, or I'm having a good day or a bad day. And write a song, put it on a piece of paper, and put it in the therapy drawer. And that may not be a hit or go anywhere else or even be a complete song. And then every once in a while, he would pull it out of the therapy drawer to see if he had a song that he wrote with whatever's coming out.
Absolutely.
Is that like songwriting? I've never written a song.
I mean, I think so. I mean, it is for me. Like the other day, I was like, well, I just kind of want to go back and listen to some things I wrote 10 years ago to see what I was doing or if I still like it or what I was feeling at the time. And I'd say for most songwriters, if that's the approach that they take to it, it's probably a similar process.
Is it anything like looking at a picture when you do that? Because I go back, I look at a picture or hear an old video, and it's like, that's a whole nother world.
100%.
Really?
100%.
Like, I don't even know where I am now compared to where I was back then.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's another reason why I have 7 albums. And, like, you won't even catch me listening to, like, the first couple of them. I don't even want to revisit those moments, you know, so... absolutely, 100%.
Jenny Del Lord hanging out in our Coke FM studios and live on CokeTV.com. Will you play us another one?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that this next song was the first song you guys ever gave me some spins on, and thank you for that. And I remember when I think we officially met was like the 2021 Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, and I feel like we were even sitting at the same table, and then I got up and played, and so it's a song that came out around then.
Was I hiding?
I know, I don't think so. We had to have dinner, you know. It was in that banquet hall room, you know, when it was like not the Arlington Music
Oh,
Theater
the
or
strip
whatever.
mall place.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That place.
All
So
right.
there was no hiding room in that particular building, you know. Not like today where Texas Live, you can go hide anywhere. It was like, here you are, and now you're stuck. But the song's called The Bottle. He loves Jameson, Jim, Johnny, and then some more that I can't even name. No, it ain't a lady that's driving me crazy and getting between us again. And sometimes it's red wine, but most of the time it's whiskey that's stealing my dreams. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. He's been trying to tell me, but I just refuse to believe. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've pleaded and cried, but now I finally see that man loves a bottle more than he loves me. Well, it's easy to think whenever he drinks that I should just pack up my things. But in those few moments, whenever he's sober, the last thing I want is to leave. But those moments, I guess, become less and less, and the reasons to stay hard to see. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. He's been trying to tell me, but I just refuse to believe. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've pleaded and cried, but now I finally see that man loves a bottle more than he loves me. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've begged and he's lied, but now I finally see that man loves a bottle more than he loves me.
Love it.
Thank you.
Good job, Jenny Dale Lord, live in our Coke FM studios. It's the one-man clap right here. And live
It's better than the no-man clap.
I know, right?
That's my least favorite of all the claps.
And live on CokeTV.com. Thanks for hanging out with us.